Good morning, Smart Woodshop fans, Ron Paulk fans. I wanted to do a follow video on my bench stability and when I messed my legs up, when I made a video and I showed you guys. And I also wanted to talk about my cart solutions and what I did for my cart. First of all, if you remember from the last video when I showed I wasn't stable, and I know why, because I didn't have all my legs cut even. And you can see now that I make great contact over the top of those legs. Now, I also want to talk about the original design of the cart. My cart was sagging, but I went out on my own and put those huge concert amp feet on it that are actually 3/4 of an inch off the ground. I also bought these 880-pound wheels on my own that lifted it even higher. A lot of people don't know, well, some people may know, but the original design, when the cart's down, you're actually on the sawhorses. I put myself in a situation where I wasn't on the sawhorses. And when it did lift, it only lifted just enough so you could move it around. Well, my garage floor, my environment, it was caused by an environment issue. It is not flat at all. We may re-pour it later, but because I had to get high, plus the hump in the driveway, sometimes I like to put my my Paulk Smart Station outside. Sometimes during the day, I'll go out there and work and cut up. If it's nice, I'll cut material outside, right outside. I like it. Put on the old sunglasses, some hearing protection, go for it. But you can see now, you can't see any light through there. You go back and look at my video on that. Also too, right here, this is what I did. This was my save. I went and bought some 4/4 maple strips. And I actually had some in the shed, but they were case hardened. By the way, safety tip, if you're cutting something that's like a hard material and you start seeing the end of that board curlicue when it comes off when it's coming out the backside of the saw, don't do it. Just stop there and say, you know what, I need other material. My material is case hardened. It's not safe to work with. And I had some maple and I went to cut it and it started doing the old curlicue thing. Unfortunately, I cut it up. I cut it up, threw it in the back of the pickup, took it to the dump. It wasn't worth the risk. So I ended up I went and bought some. It comes 13/16. I didn't plane it. I wanted to leave it thick. And that's actually biscuited down here. And then these are of course the screws, the power head screws down it, about 10 of them, opposite of where the screws are already coming up through the cart. And I liked it. And it ended up putting this on here. I mean, I don't have any sag at all. It's great, and the cart moves excellent. It moves excellent now, and it's real easy. It's very, very stable, up or down. And once again, I want to reiterate, this happened because I kind of jumped out of the Paulk box a little bit, wanting better feet and bigger wheels. And you can put small feet on them, like a little 1/4 inch if you go by the drawing, and you'll never have a problem. But me, if there's more than about a 1/4 inch of sag, you'll start to have problems with stability. This thing is rock solid now. But the only reason I really had to do it was because, well, it was more of an environmental issue. The environment here in which it's operating, the floor is it's atrocious. And plus going in and outside of the driveway when I move it around. But now, if I pack this up, and it's got these rails here, these maple rails, I will tell you that they actually protect the sides of it a little bit. Now some guys are so tight they can't do that, but I love how this turned out, this correction. And also, you know, making that mortise jig and getting all those hinges perfect really helped me a lot. See how my hinges are cut in? Also, the screws with the hinges are bad. These are number 10 by 3/4. So Yeah, I just I went and bought screws too, but there you go. There you go. That's the correction and the results from that. I got other stuff going on still. I'm still building. So me and my friend, we both bought plans over the years, several of them, because we were both talking about it. We finally decided to pull the trigger on it. So we're doing all laminated components. So we have our 4 router tables. We have them made and cut out. We're still drilling and getting ready to do the drill up. We got all the details going on. We got our 4 fences we're constructing. I'm gonna do the down max thing on my fences, as you can see there. Working at that. Those are those slots. Those are all my back fences, all cut and slotted and ready to go. My wings, of course, my wings were slightly different. I'll talk about them again today. That's why I'm here, because it's going to be a couple weeks before I make a video. I said earlier that when I did fit for the Makita, it worked perfect in the pocket. It was just going through the steps. Watch Rion's video on how he fits a saw, and then use that systematic approach that he does. And that's how I ended up being successful with the Makita. If you were to have a Festool, I'm going to reiterate, the distance between here and here where that dado's cut to hold it on that shelf is about 120 millimeter. Mine is 127. So my piece was slightly larger and my dado was slightly larger. But if you notice, I went ahead and made my wings. You look down that, I was going to lose that real estate anyway. So I was like, you know what? I ought to make my wings a little wider. So I did a 3x13 grid. And it's, and then 32 from the edge off of a 96 mil hole. And that worked great for me. That worked great for me. Yeah. And so then, now, this is something, now, you take this advice if you want. I did laminate, and I've got another set of wings going here and detailed out that I'm going to do and put on mine. Now here's the thing about laminations and sheet yields. When you, like I'm doing 2 router tables and 2 wings, and it's tough. You got to yield that out on 1 sheet, or try your best to do so, because of sheet thickness variations, and they do vary a little bit. And it would be frustrating to make it out of different sheets and then stuff be passing over the top of it and bumping into each other and everything. And I had just enough left over right there for a couple of cradles, same thickness as the material we used for sheet. Now these 2 tables, 2 sets of wings for both our stations come from separate sheets, and we've marked that, so we know that. The fences and such don't matter. These pieces do. If you look at, these are the front sub fence. You can see we already have the T-track in it. These will get marked, and before we cut them in half, and they'll be set up as pairs, you know. But there you go. If you were making 1 table, 1 set, it'd be fine. But if you make multiple sets, you need to mark them, and so you're using the same thing, same thickness everywhere you are. Another bench building tip, because I'm remaking that. That's got a bad hole pattern on it. My first one, I am remaking it. So that's why. So I have my total station done, the base, the bench and everything, and the mount for the saw, but I'm remaking the original. But if you look, I have all these cut, and I have a line on here. They're all cut oversized, because I'm waiting till I get it together, even though I have my benches cut perfectly. They're perfectly sized. Differences in thicknesses can mess with you, and so I want to get the perfect fit. I don't want to do any trimming later, so all those are like 5 millimeter larger on purpose until I get the final assembly. And I'll just put my sides on first, take some measurements, clamp things up, take my time, and get three good solid builds. Because I have mine pretty much done, but my friend does not have his done yet. But he's been sitting here. We decided to build ours together, so we're getting close. We're a couple weeks out, but yeah, we're gonna have some good builds and good stuff going forward. And we already have some cabinetry and finishing projects to do, and we already got a job. We had someone ask us last night to do a set of cabinets, so we're pretty excited, and that'll help finance kind of what we spent here today, or recover the money. We didn't finance anything. We paid for everything ourselves, but it'd be nice to cover the money that we spent to redo the shop. All right. Thanks for watching. And yeah, stability tip. The plans are good, but like I originally told everybody, if you jump outside of that Paulk box, stuff can happen. And the Paulk box is exact dimensions of the cart and the benches and the sawhorses. Very critical. And I took a move, jumped out, and got surprised, but now I'm solid as a rock again. All right. Thanks for watching.